Hey, hey, look at you, sitting there, still breathing, still standing, after they swore you wouldn't last the night. Ha! I like that. You walked into the crosshairs, and instead of dropping, you smiled. You didn't just survive the bounty. They put 1 million on your head. And now? Touching you feels like signing their own death certificate. They thought a price tag on your life would buy them a clean victory. That money was supposed to buy silence, obedience, fear. But you flipped it. You twisted it into a curse. That number isn't your coffin. It's their nightmare. Because now everyone who even thinks about reaching for you has to ask themselves one question. Am I ready to gamble with my soul? And most of them aren't. You see, the higher the price, the heavier the crown. The moment they stamped that $sign on your skull, you stopped being prey. You became legend. Do you understand that? Legends don't run. Legends don't hide. Legends don't beg for mercy. Legends drag the entire room into silence the moment they walk in. And you are that silence. They wanted to bury you. Instead, you became a grave they fear falling into. They wanted you hunted. Instead, every hunter feels the cold steel of their own mortality the second they whisper your name. They wanted to end you. Instead, you ended the illusion that they were ever in control. Let me tell you something people don't like to admit. Fear is more valuable than money. Fear is the real currency, and right now, you are rich, richer than they can ever imagine, because every trembling hand, every darting eye, every skipped heartbeat when they hear your name. That's your fortune. That's your empire. And here's the dark truth. Once you've been marked, you either break or you break them. And you've chosen the second. So let them keep counting their stacks. Let them wave their blood money like it means something. Because you've turned it into a weapon sharper than any blade. You turned it into a warning sign. That bounty doesn't scream weakness. It screams, cross me, and your $1 million dream becomes a suicide note. Think about it. The ones who once laughed at you, they're silent now. The ones who plotted, they're paranoid now. The ones who chased, they're looking over their shoulder every second, waiting for you to appear. You turned the hunt into a haunting. You became the monster under their beds, the shadow in their rearview mirror, the whisper in their ear that says, I dare you. Try me. Take the shot. Watch how fast your empire burns. And that's where your power lies. Not in proving them wrong. Oh, no. Your power lies in making them wish they never even thought about you. In making their confidence rot into regret. In twisting their ambition into terror. Because now the world sees you differently. Not as someone to target, but as someone untouchable. Someone they can't afford to cross. Someone who makes death feel like a vacation compared to what happens if they test you. You've outgrown their bullets. You've outlived their predictions. You've outsmarted their traps. And now, you've outpriced their courage. So walk taller, speak louder, burn brighter. They wanted to erase you, but now you're etched into history with scars they'll never forget. You're not running from the bounty. You are the bounty. You're not hunted. You're the punishment waiting at the end of their greed. Remember this. $1 million hit doesn't mean you're worth $1 million. It means you're worth more. It means you're so dangerous, so unstoppable, so inevitable, that the only way they could sleep at night was to try and buy your destruction. And when that fails, and it will, they'll have to live with the nightmare that you're still out here, breathing, laughing, moving, winning. And oh, that's the sweetest kind of revenge. So let them keep raising the price. Let them keep betting against you. With every zero they add, you don't shrink, you grow. And every single soul foolish enough to touch you learns the same truth. You don't collect money off a storm. You don't cash in on chaos. And you damn sure don't put a price on the kind of power that turns death into a death wish. So smile, my friend, because the contract on your head isn't their weapon anymore. It's yours. And the only thing scarier than $1 million bounty is what happens when it doesn't work. And here's the part they'll never admit out loud. The moment that bounty went public, the moment your face became the prize, you stopped being a person in their eyes. You became a myth, a phantom, an untouchable chaos they can't buy, cage, or kill, and myths don't die easy. You see, fear doesn't need proof. It feeds on imagination, and right now, every corridor they walk down echoes with your footsteps. Every shadow feels like your silhouette. Every silence feels like the calm before you arrive. They can't eat without wondering if the food's poisoned. They can't sleep without waking up to phantom hands around their throat. They can't even love, because the thought of you ripping away everything they cling to lingers heavier than any kiss. That's not just power. That's psychological warfare. Do you feel it yet? The tables flipped the second they thought they owned you. Because when you slap a price on someone's life and they survive, you haven't just failed. You've crowned them untouchable. And that's the cruelest truth. Survival isn't just living. It's humiliating the ones who swore you'd fall. It's forcing them to witness your existence as proof of their weakness. It's laughing in the face of death and letting death laugh back. Because now, you two are friends, and they're the ones out in the cold. $1 million bounty doesn't scare you. You wear it like war paint. You breathe it in like oxygen. And in doing so, you become a paradox. The more they want you gone, the more unkillable you become. Tell me, what's scarier? A man running for his life, or a man walking straight toward the barrel of a gun? Grinning, that's you. That's the energy that turns mercenaries into cowards. That's the darkness that makes the boldest assassin reconsider if the money's worth their soul. Because what's the use of a payout if your name is erased the moment you pull the trigger? What's the use of cashing in if the devil himself is waiting to cash you out? This is the part they never prepared for. They turned you into a storm, and a storm doesn't negotiate. A storm doesn't care about contracts, about money, about consequences. A storm destroys, and the irony? The more they fear you, the more powerful you become. Because fear spreads faster than fire. And baby, right now, you're an inferno. So let the world know, every dollar stapled to your name only adds fuel to the legend. They tried to price you like cattle. You flipped it. You became priceless. They tried to brand you a target. You became a curse. They wanted your head in a box. You made their heads spin every night, unable to sleep, knowing that touching you is no longer ambition. It's execution. And when the dust clears, and their coffins line the street, and the whispers grow louder, people won't talk about the money. No. They'll talk about you. The one who didn't just survive the hit. The one who didn't just outlive the hunt. The one who turned $1 million bounty into $1 million warning. You can't kill what was never alive in your league. You can't bury what already walks with shadows. You can't buy safety from the storm. So stand tall, stay unshaken. Because the truth is simple. The bounty made you immortal. And immortality is the one prize no amount of blood money can ever buy.